Kanye West.
Yeah.
You knew we had to get here eventually.
Sure.
So most recently, they said that he was allegedly scheduled to meet with Putin to discuss freeing Brittney Grinner.
Sure.
And they let her go real quick before that meeting could happen.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't believe
Before
that,
we
by
get
the
to
way.
Kanye, Brittney Grinner, I don't know why the country is shocked that Brittney Grinner was released from a Russian prison. First off, Joe Biden is in office primarily because black women support him in large numbers, right?
Agreed.
So, whatever that your constituents want, it's a reason why there are more black women who have been, appointed to the federal judgeships than at any time in our country. There's a reason we have a black Supreme Court justice. So, because black women did it, I'm going to give you what you asked for.
Yeah.
I think the bigger question, why wasn't Paul Whelan? The bigger question is not why did an American get out of a get out of a Russian prison for marijuana possession, is why it's so hard to get an American out of a prison in Alabama for marijuana possession. But so that was one thing. When Kanye West said slavery was a choice, I was done. And everything he's done since then has re-edified my position that I was right. I'm not shocked at what he's doing. I'm not disturbed by what he's doing. Kanye West is everything I thought he was from the minute I heard him say that. And he's done nothing to dissuade me from that notion. And I'm appalled at the people who, layer after layer, they fall off because he gets more and more incendiary. He wore a shirt that said White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Well, when the fuck didn't they? Like, name me a time in history when there's a discernible time when white lives weren't the paramount ones. White people don't need a t-shirt, they got laws. Breonna Taylor got a t-shirt, Amber got an alert. And people tell me Kanye West is self-hatred. It's self-hatred. The one person Kanye West doesn't hate is himself.
Oh, yeah, he loves himself.
He loves himself. It's everybody else.
Yeah, Kanye West will never commit suicide.
No.
Never, ever,
He'll just
ever,
make
ever.
a lot of niggas kill themselves. But it's the way he separates himself from people. Like when he says, I could say all the anti-Semitic shit I want and Adidas won't do anything. That is putting yourself, nobody is above the game. Disney survived without Walt.
Yeah.
Apple survived without Steve.
Yeah.
Christians doing okay without Jesus. If Christians can survive without Jesus, Adidas will be all right without Yeesuz. But when you separate yourself, stop telling me it's mental illness. You would never allow the shit that Delonte West, he couldn't say the shit Kanye West does. When you tell me the shit that you tell me, don't tell me, he's just a free spirit. You said that George Floyd didn't die by a policeman's knee on his neck.
Yeah, so it was fentanyl.
And then later on you say that the Holocaust didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I am willing to buy the notion, and it's irrefutable, that Hitler hated black people pretty much as white people in America hated black people. Pretty much. There's no, Nazis learned a lot of their tactics from us. From America.
Yeah, no, Hitler actually based a lot of his tactics from what was happening in America at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can't pretend like, when, even the black men who fought Hitler were sent to fight a horrible white man by other horrible white men. That isn't the argument. To say that these things didn't happen and to parrot the ideas of white supremacists is and to have, more than anything else, to have other people who go, oh, yeah. He's saying horrible things. And there are things that you would know weren't true if you read. But you don't read. You just spout these shits up. He's a person. And all of these people who support him, no matter what he does, it's three people you can't convince. A Trump supporter, a Dallas Cowboy fan, and a Kanye fan. You can't convince these motherfuckers. So
you got to put the Dallas Cowboys in the middle there.
He can't, so he's everything I thought he would be. And I blame the people. To my way of thinking, if Kanye West, when he said what he said about black people or repudiated them, he doesn't escalate. He got away with this, so he keeps. To me, I was done with him then, and I think the one thing that delineates your what he said later on to there were black people stood by him. Oh, he doesn't mean it. When he said what he said about another community, nobody stood by him. They were like, "Hey, that's too far."
Well, I mean, what's interesting, because you talk about Kanye probably doesn't read. Well, he said he doesn't read. He said books are like Brussels sprouts. I don't read.
Then if you don't read, how the fuck do you profess a love of Christ? And the only way we get to know Christ is by reading about him.
Right. Or how do you
open a school
open a school when you don't read?
Exactly.